Okay, I'll bite. What this is?
Hi. Hi.
Lemonade, scan the flavors. You guys take card?
I can do Cash App or Venmo. We don't
I
have
got
a
Cash
card
App, yeah.
thing set up. Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yo,
Have a
over
good
West
day.
one. Oh my god, wait, this is really good. Oh. I, honest to God, legitimately did not expect myself to buy lemonade today. I actually wanted to take today to talk about something weird that happened to me a couple months ago. So let me take you back in time to March of 2026 with this Wikipedia article. Do you notice anything weird about that Wikipedia article? Because I do. The abundance of ises instead of wases and the lack of a death date confused the shit out of me. What do you mean Hayao Miyazaki is still alive? He didn't die? What the fuck? Okay, so obviously I'm wrong about reality. Hayao Miyazaki is still alive. But the way in which I'm wrong about reality is of particular fascination. What I'm experiencing is colloquially known as the Mandela effect. This is what happens when a group of people bond over their shared misremembrance over some, what feels like fundamental details about reality. Details in a logo design go missing. Character designs change on a whim. And people who we thought were dead suddenly and spontaneously burst back into life. So is the paranormal researcher Fiona Broom onto something? And have I jumped into an alternate reality?
Are familiar with Hannibal Lecter's Sinister? Hello, Clarice. Another stark example, then, of the Mandela effect. The Mandela effect. Mandela.
I'm so sorry. Is Thoughty 2 saying Mandelo or Mandeler? Huh? The doctors are still unsure. So in my mind, the way I stored the memory, Miyazaki's passing serendipitously synchronized with the uncanny rise of AI art, specifically related to the style of Studio Ghibli. So I know exactly where I put that false memory in my brain, but now I have two other questions. One, who actually died in order for me to create the false memory that a founder of Studio Ghibli died? And also, why did Studio Ghibli's art style become so popular for AI thievery? Before I get ahead of myself, let me go ahead and answer the first question. On April 5th of 2018, one of the co-founders of Studio Ghibli, Isao Takahata, passed away from lung cancer at the age of 82. Miyazaki is in his 80s right now, and Takahata died in his 80s, and they were both co-founders of Studio Ghibli, so very understandable how I got a couple of those details mixed up.
One eternity later.
God fucking damn. You see this big old smoke cloud? Oh, nope, I'm walking back inside. I just tried to sit outside to edit a video for a couple minutes, and a big old truck passed by and left like this big smoke cloud. So I just thought, yes, it's funny, really funny. I was like, wait, what is that? And then I just got dusted.
Oh my god.
I'm going to film the rest of this video at a local park far away from the street so I don't get crop dusted by any diesel trucks again. I think what bums me out about the Mandela effect taking on this paranormal or metaphysical significance is the fact that it's actually burgeoning on a really cool psychological experience. We are a pro-social species, so the ways in which false information takes hold of a community, that's a fascinating field of discovery, but unfortunately, these MFers believe in alternate realities and timeline shifting. So instead, I want to talk about how artificial intelligence could steal Studio Ghibli's look and why it would do so. Many thank yous to Daniel Kirk for creating this book. I'm going to be using it as an example. This is a very cute art style, but it's in a very small book. There's not enough information in this book to train an artificial intelligence on, say, how to render a table. There's good examples of a table, but there's so few of them, and most of the instances of a table in this book are red. And so I think if we were to try to train an artificial intelligence on trying to replicate this art style while also telling it to make a table, it would most likely unconsciously make the table red. It's kind of a misnomer to assume that artificial intelligence is learning how to draw. See, artificial intelligence doesn't have eyes. It can't see the way humans can. So the way it's learning is actually through remixing. It would be stochastically parroting every instance of a table in this book, and most of them are red. Stochastic in this instance just means through random chance. In terms of big companies and their general in-house art styles, Pixar's art style is also pretty hard to replicate because their exact aesthetic between movies can vary. It seems to me that Studio Ghibli's in-house art style is one of the only actual styles that somehow maintains a cohesive aesthetic vision, while also being able to render theoretically anything in reality. Studio Ghibli prides itself on its heavily detailed hyper-surrealism. And those very features are the fertile breeding ground of artificially intelligent thievery. So at this point, I would quote Hayao Miyazaki talking about how AI art is an insult to life itself, but that's wrong for two reasons. First of all, it's a misattribution of the quote. He was originally talking about CGI art, in that, if I'm remembering correctly, he saw generated movement, limb movement, and it reminded him of one of his disabled friends or somebody he knew that was disabled. And so when he said that it was an insult to life itself, he quite literally meant that this living, breathing person was being imitated in a way that felt really uncanny and creepy. So that's first of all. But the second reason why I don't actually want to pull from that quote directly is because whenever it's pulled, there's always this feeling of vitriol or anger that's behind it. Like Hayao Miyazaki's disgust was also latent with some type of justified rage. But what I understand from the quote is that it's a simple statement. It's matter of fact. It's an insult to life itself, in that it is quite literally not observably reflecting reality. It's not observably reflecting life. We have to understand about Miyazaki's philosophy in art is that he is a student of life. Life itself. He is an observer of living, breathing, physical reality. And so to see something like a computer try to graphically represent it and fail at it, that's not hatred, that's not anger, that's fear. Bitch, that's scary as fuck. So to make a long story short, thank God Hayao Miyazaki is not dead. Yet. I'm kidding. Thank you so much for watching. Leave Hayao Miyazaki a very belated birthday comment. Happy 85th, apparently. Because God forbid I didn't know.